Whoa, right out of the gate, serious stakes. Failure to stop and give information, that's more than a fender bender. Under Texas law, leaving the scene without exchanging info can land you in jail and hit you with a $2,000 fine. A quick, here's my insurance could save you months behind bars.
You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. On March 26, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, an officer was dispatched to a vehicle accident. The complaining witness stated he was driving when he noticed the defendant was tailgating him in his truck. The complaining witness stated he brake checked the truck. The complaining witness stated he attempted to change lanes to let the defendant through. The complaining witness stated the truck went around him, got on the median, and then collided with the complaining witness's vehicle on the side. The complaining witness stated the defendant pulled ahead of him and turned to leave the scene. The complaining witness stated he followed the defendant and got in front of his truck to prevent him from leaving. The complaining witness and the defendant exited their vehicles. The complaining witness stated the defendant came up to his face and was yelling that the defendant was trying to find a good place to stop. The complaining witness stated the defendant got in his motor vehicle and left without providing his driver's license or insurance.
Let's break it down. The defendant allegedly slammed into another car, then took off without giving license or insurance info. The kicker? The victim boxed in the truck to stop him. Risky move, but in court, that's big. It shows the defendant tried to flee.
The complaining witness stated he did not want to press charges. The complaining witness estimated damages to be $500. An officer ran the plate provided by the complaining witness. There was a driver's license attached to the plate. The officers ran the attached driver's license and got a return photo, and the complaining witness ID'd the defendant by this driver's license photo that the officer showed him.
Mr. Hitsa, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case. Do you mind running his license, please?
Sure.
The city has a valid license. You are not allowed to drive unless you have a valid Texas driver license and liability insurance in your name. If I find that you drive without either, or if you pick up a new case, I will...
The judge isn't playing. One wrong move on the road, and this guy's done. No more easy bonds, just straight to jail. This is exactly why bond conditions matter. They're not just paperwork. They're binding promises. Break them, and the court stops being patient real fast.
Your bond puts you in jail. No more PR bonds. Do you understand? Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer?
I think so. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We'll give you time. If you have any problems, just come back and talk, and then we can go further. If you need an appointed lawyer or anything, we can always have you fill out an application. So for now, I will have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. We will then have you take a seat in the jury box while I get your bond conditions ready. We'll have you sign it, and after that, you'll be free to go. All right? Thanks.
Judge, for what it's worth, my client, assuming the court's okay with it, would like to apply for a driver's license after this. We'll be working on getting those documents together if the court's inclined.
I don't know about doing a time served. He just had one dismissed, and he's back now, right again with another DWI, and it's a point, and it's above a 15. I mean, really?
Sure.
We're still going to continue to do the same thing over and over and over? No. I know you're saying no, but here you are yet again. You had one dismissed, a year and a half ago. Now you're back on another one. It's above a 0.15.
If you got an occupation, the court could order some level of treatment, Judge.
He has to do treatment as part of it. So what we do is we have him TRAS'd, but if I accept this, I'm sticking him with the fine. I'm not going to let him go without the fine.
Would you impose a fine on the probation?
No.
Let me talk
to him. It's $4,500 as well, too. No, I'm sorry, $6,000. I need you to understand that in life, right, we're not going to continue to hope and pray that something bad doesn't happen. We sometimes have to take proactive measures to ensure. You just had one dismissed. You've now picked up another one. If I were to plead you to time served, another proverbial slap on the wrist, and now we're going to let you go out there and hope that you don't kill someone or maim someone or you don't pick up another one, No, that's like the definition of insanity, in wishing that something, over and over, just with a different result. No, this is proactive, because here we can see what the issue is. You know, we don't want you to come back with another DWI or much more kill someone, because I mean, look at the news. Every day someone dies from a DWI, and it's just not fair when it's so freaking preventable by one damn button on your phone. How much money have you spent on both DWIs so far, where one button and a $40 fee would have gotten you from A to B? You know what I mean?
Sir.
That's now what we have to do to intervene in hopes.
Pause. The judge just dropped pure gold. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. When they start quoting life lessons from the bench, you know it's getting serious. And honestly, they're not wrong. 2 DWI arrests back to back? That's not bad luck. That's a massive blinking red warning sign.
That you learn from this so it doesn't happen again. So you've worked out an agreement where they're offering you 1 year in jail, and this is to be probated for 15 months. As part of this, you will do a repeat offender DWI education class, a victim impact panel, a TRAS, which is an evaluation to see what are the conditions you may need, if you need other conditions. If they assess them, you must fulfill them. No drugs, no alcohol, no breath test refusal, meaning that if you're pulled over, an officer asks you to submit a breath test, you must do it while you're on this probation. Guardian interlock, 25 hours of community service, and a $100 one-time donation to Mothers Against Drug Driving. You have children.
No, but I have a 13-year-old brother that relies on me.
If he does a parenting class, then I'll consider the community service way.
Thank you, Judge.
The idea, all we want is that you learn, so that you, in 20 years, this has made enough of an impact on you that you think twice. Oh man, shit, that was such a bad experience. I don't want to do that again. It's either jail or it's a crap load of fines and fees. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If you ever have a problem while you're on this probation, all you have to do is come back, let us know. We can work through anything. There's nothing too big, nothing too small. But the worst possible thing you can do is drive without a license or insurance, start using, or pick up another DWI. So you understand?
Yes, sir.
The other thing, that if you just take off, abscond, that's an instantaneous warrant. If you violate this probation, that's what we do. We issue a warrant. We have a hearing to determine whether you violated it. If you do, you're looking at an entire year. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If you're on probation for DWI and get pulled over, expect the officer to dig deep. Prior offenses light you up like a Christmas tree in their system. Even a hint of alcohol? That's probable cause and a fast track to serious trouble. In the real world, your record rides shotgun every time you hit the road.
You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty to this offense, this is going on your record now. It'll be there for the rest of your life. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
From now on, you're facing a minimum of 90 days in jail. You ever pick up another one. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to tell you now, you get pulled over, an officer, the first thing they do is they look at your record. They're going to see DWI, DWI. What do you think they're going to do? Do you think they're going to harass and harangue the hell out of you? Every time you get pulled over. And if they smell anything funky, it's probably not going to go well. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Is it true or untrue that you had a .15 or above in this case?
It's true.
True to the enhancement. All right, how do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I'm going to find you guilty. I'm going to follow this agreement. I'm going to send you to it. I'm not going to suspend your license now, but I'm going to tell you, can you look up his license, please, to see if it's suspended?
Judge, I'm sorry, I missed his name.
Arredondo.
It is not eligible, Your Honor.
Okay. So you will be signing a non-driving affidavit. If you drove here today, you are not allowed to drive home. Your license is suspended as of this time. If we catch you driving without a license, I'm going to lose it. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Do not drive. You are required to have a guardian interlock, and every officer, because we send notice to DPS, every officer in the state knows if they pull you over and you don't have an interlock, you're going to jail. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
That's for the traffic, right? That's why he's ineligible, right? So
I
traffic.
believe so. I took care of those yesterday. So.
Judge, I believe his license may be showing ineligible due to a traffic ticket. If we can get that sorted, can we come back and,
I'm okay with an occupational as long as he's in compliance, okay? The other thing is this, is he is now taking a subsequent DWI education class. DPS is probably going to suspend your license regardless because of a subsequent DWI education class, if you've already taken it. Did he do a diversion and it got dismissed? As part of the diversion, you have to do a DWI education class. Subsequent ones get your license suspended. So I would check with DPS first. Don't just start driving, you know, when you take care of that ticket, because they're going to probably suspend your license again. And this time it may be like a 2-year suspension. I'm okay with an occupational as long as he's in compliance.
yes, sir.
And he has an interlock first. Okay. All right. So we're going to have you meet with Shatori for all your conditions, and then good luck to you, sir.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you. Waive the supervisor fee. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
You were charged with driving while intoxicated. You were facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine because of the high blow. You have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 3 days in jail with credit for the 1 day that you've done.
The judge is emphasizing the real punishment here, not just the 3 days in jail, but the permanent criminal record that follows. In Texas, a DWI stays with you for life. No expungement, no ceiling. One bad night can haunt every job application, rental approval, and even passport renewal. The jail time may be short, but the consequences last a lifetime.
You need to understand that you're entering into a very important agreement today where this DWI will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. This is serious business, because if you ever get pulled over again and you have some kind of funky smell, whether it's alcohol, whether it's dope, anything, it's probably not going to go well for you, because they're going to look that you have a prior DWI. And do you understand?
Yes.
So I would never, even if you've had a sip of alcohol, get into a car because you're begging for trouble. We all make mistakes, but when you continue to make mistakes that you endanger other people's lives, the sentences get longer. You know, the costs go skyrocketing. You understand?
Yes, I do.
So there is a $6,000 surcharge that would tack on because this is a 0.15. I'm going to waive it for you today. If you come back with another DWI, get ready, because it gets a whole lot worse. Not only that, from now on, it's a minimum of 90 days in jail. You pick up another one. Do you understand? You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine the accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, this will go on your record. You can never take it off. Is this what you want to do?
I understand.
Okay, how do you plead to the offense, man? Guilty or not guilty? I'm going to find you guilty. Sentence you to 3. Is it true or untrue that you had a 0.15 or above?
It's probably true.
Okay. Do the enhancement. Okay, I'll sentence you to 3 days in jail, credit for the 1 day that you've done. I'm going to suspend your license for 90 days. Do not drive until you get a license. I'm going to waive your supervisory fee, but be careful. You come back with another one, it's going to cost you an arm and a leg. Do you understand? For $50, an Uber, take you wherever you want to go. $50.
That's what I'm doing now.
Good. Good luck to you.
Yeah, and I do have a question. There is something weird with her license. We're unable to get a status of her license.
Yes, absolutely.
I think state did just a few minutes ago too, and they couldn't do anything.
I don't know. Gaskin, the last name. I don't know. You know, that's something you may just have to call DPS to figure out. You have your license number, correct?
Yes.
This is the number, Deputy Brand, that's the number to the driver's license division of DPS. Call them right when the phone line's open at 7 and you'll get through. Don't try at 7:20, 1 o'clock, you'll never get through because they're so busy. But if you call right at 7 o'clock in the morning, you'll be able to speak to someone and they can tell you what the problem is.
Judge, even our orange, it won't populate, it won't return to anything. I'm not sure.
There's something's wrong. I don't know. I mean, we only get access to be able to put a number in, and it'll spit out information as to the status of the license, why it is. I don't know. Maybe it's got to be an incorrect number or something. Maybe
The website could be down too.
Do something?
oh yeah, maybe the website's down. I don't know.
Or something?
I would call them. The best thing to do is just call them, and then you can hear it straight from them. You know, that's what I would do.
Alright, and I do have one more question on this. I'm sorry. If we find that her license was previously suspended for 90 days, would you be willing to give her credit for that 90-day suspension?
Yes, but you have to give them the dates and everything.
Gotcha. Yes, sir. Thank you, Your Honor.
Approaching on Francisco Ochoa.
Okay, let's hear them, Bob.
He's on bond.
Page 24.
So, Judge, the court wanted Mr. Ochoa on docket today because there was a new case that he was charged with. An assault that happened in the jail. He's currently on bond for tampering. There was allegedly an assault that happened at the jail. Yesterday I came into the court. Richard and I watched the jail video.
Yeah, okay.
There's absolutely zero participation from Mr. Ochoa in the fight in the jail. It's all on video. Zero participation. He's clearly in the video sitting down. That's the state. You have to ask the state that one. I have no idea. So Richard's been communicating with the felony prosecutor. He hasn't got a response yet. Currently, there's a warrant out for Mr. Ochoa's arrest.
Well, not a warrant. He's being held at no bond on the assault now, right? He's back there, right?
No,
Where is he now?
there's a warrant out for his arrest. He's in the building right now.
Right. I'm not gonna do anything until I know where he is and we have him, right? If he's out on the lam or just out and about, I'm not doing anything until he's here, you know? If you want me to address it and we do PC, I'm happy to do it, but not till he's here. I'm not gonna, he's gonna be here.
Because if he comes in,
I have he's in jail. I'm showing he's in jail for some reason. Are you
so
not? It shows jail.
I don't, it's not.
Okay, so I'm happy to go through everything with you, but I'm not gonna do it till he's here. You know, really. And if it is what it is, I mean, he's about as reasonable as he is.
I understand.
And if show him, maybe he'll dismiss it
We
now.
just
I
watched
don't
it
know.
again today. We watched it twice. And
He doesn't want to dismiss it?
he wants to communicate with Richard.
Oh, he wants to talk to felony for some reason.
Right. But this is a misdemeanor case where,
Regardless, Mr. Haggard, I never do PC without the defendant being in here to do it, you know, and that just goes with everything. With every single case, I never do PC unless they're here.
understood.
You
All
know,
right.
if you want me to do PC, I'm happy to do it, but they gotta be here. And then we'll do it. And then I'm happy to watch any videos that you have as well. We'll watch it all together and we'll make a decision.
I guess
I'm trying to be as reasonable as I can, you know?
All right, thank you.
All right, so good afternoon, Mr. Hodges. So your charge is failure to stop and give information. You have worked out an agreement where they're offering you a 6-month deferred. This is a type of probation that if you complete successfully, you do not end up with a conviction on your record. But you cannot tell people it was dismissed. It does not get dismissed. You merely take a probation, complete it successfully, you don't end up with a conviction. Do you understand?
Sir.
You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine the accusers, the right to be arraigned, charge rates in open court. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So once you accept this, there's no turning back. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Is this what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
Was there no restitution that was due in this? Hey, Blaze,
Yes, sir.
on Mr. Hodges, was there any restitution that was due? It's an FSGI. The agreement that I see so far is a 6-month deferred. No drugs, no alcohol, random testing, and 20 hours of community service.
There's no monetary damage, Your Honor.
No? Okay. Do you understand this?
Yes, sir.
You get this done quick and there's no problems and you're nice to everybody, especially the probation officers, I'll take you off on half the time as a reward.
Yes, sir.
But if you pick up a new case, you take off, if you do something to violate this agreement, I will issue a warrant for your arrest and you're looking at 180 days in jail.
Sir.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty? No. It's either guilty or it's not guilty.
Guilty.
All right. I'm not going to find you guilty now. I will withhold that for 6 months, give you the opportunity to complete this. And if you complete it, that's when you don't end up with conviction. If you violate this, though, we put you in jail, bring you out, we'll have a hearing. And if you violate it, like I said, you're looking at 180 days. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good luck to you, sir. Thanks.
I don't see a second chance.
Would you like Mr. Ochoa to come up?
Huh?
Would you like Mr. Ochoa to come up?
Not yet. He's here, though, right?
Yes, sir.
So I mean, I've watched the video, Your Honor. From what I can see in the video, it appears he's sitting back, I'm being honest with the court.
Just the whole time, there's not participating in the assault. Does he provide some kind of assistance, encouragement? Does he say, hey, go get him? Or
So the video,
is it a party type?
honestly, the video doesn't have any audio, so I don't know if he's encouraging them, but it does appear that he's just sitting back on a bench.
So how would they find probable cause?
Unless they did not do their due diligence and put the finger on the wrong guy. Simply, period. It's clear as.
Sometimes, cops will say, hey, look, this guy's a party to it. He was there, and they don't get access to the video to see it. And maybe they just, when they're doing magistration, they don't go through the video to look.
I mean, at the end of the day, Judge, with all due respect, before you charge somebody with the criminal offense and putting their freedom at stake, they need to make sure that is who they say it is.
I agree with you.
There's a number of people that beat the brakes off of somebody in jail, and Mr. Ochoa had absolutely nothing to do with it, period. He's sitting on a bench from a distance.
But I'm not, you'll find no argument.
And now there's
no idea.
And now there's an open warrant for him, which definitely would affect this court's case as well as the felony.
Because sometimes they'll give me information on how someone found probable cause, right?
So, I mean, in the offense, there's an offense report saying that he was stomping and punching repeatedly the complaining witness. And it's clear as day, he didn't.
They got the names wrong. If there was a Francisco Ochoa, there's a Francisco, so there's different Franciscos. Maybe they got it mixed up.
So the cause number is 255-9198. And I have the video queued up if the court would like to see the video.
He's corroborated. I trust Blaze. I trust you guys.
I'm being transparent on it.
Yeah, that's. Oh, so this is a 2B.
Yeah.
Active warrant.
Yeah, it's a 2B. So he's never even gone before magistrate.
Well, so
I just won't sign the 2B. I mean, God dog it. Then we're gonna have that other problem because it's always gonna show like a warrant.
So what if you find it just be?
Yeah, I'm gonna find. I mean, I guess I'll sign it and say no PC on.
And generate the PC form separately.
Okay, I'll do that. Blaze, I'm gonna find no PC if that's what it is.
Should Your Honor, I'm sorry, Your Honor.
It's okay.
I'll reach out to felony before it's dismissed. I mean, I've looked at it, being candid here, me and Brad have talked about it. And I've reached out to felony, and I'll have an in-person conversation.
Do it sooner rather than later because it's gonna show always warrant status until it, gets dismissed, right? I'll find no probable cause.
It would just be defendant discharge.
Is that right?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, so that way, because I don't want them to get like pulled over and someone says, okay, so it'll show defendant discharged.
It's not dismissed at this time.
Yeah, they have to dismiss it for it to really go away.
In order for the warrant summons to generate, we'd have to take it to grand jury and get it done. I'm not saying we're doing that, I'm just saying that's how the warrant will generate.
So I'll find no PC.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Judge. Thanks, Rich.
Thanks.